moment, it's got air pumping into it. These nitro rings left, all of that. One real, and we're gonna set up some free giveaways. Thank you, mother for that rabbit. In the colder temperatures, koi can't digest food as well. So any high protein food that you have been feeding, it makes your water crystal clear. But what you've got to remember is the water's getting, every time it's passing back through, it's collecting more muck, but it's still polluting the water. Winner, chicken dinner. You're washing out all the dirty muck, but at the same time, you wash out a bit of good bacteria. So it's just show you what I do every single week. Hello there! So now I'm up to my pond to bring up the KH, that extra drops again. Right then, so I got something new to show you. So basically, don't know why the wife's laughing at me. It's because I'm doing all of this stuff, like I'm bouncing around like a frog or something up there. And I'll show you exactly what it looks like. Yeah. Comes in a quality box. You imagine getting something like that for Christmas. Models, they're a set as well, but they're all made out of China. Effective jack matting. Ladies and gents, so I've put together a little bit of a free giveaway for you all, and it's pretty much just to say thank you to everyone who's getting an even spread going all the way through all of that. Here, all of those jellified sort of rings to it. I mean, it's not for grabs here. Is we got one of me koi mugs. Hello everybody, welcome back. Just checking you're recording. Yeah, so welcome back everybody, James the Koi Whisperer. So today coming up on this video, just wanted to run through what I'm going to be doing and also give you a few tips, especially if you're living in the UK, to get ready for winter more than anything, because we can't stop it from coming, it's going to be coming. Some of the main things that I want to run through is obviously the koi food now at the moment. Basically just, you know, you've got to get your koi now on a feed, like a multi-season feed, because koi can't, in the colder temperatures, koi can't digest the food as well. So any high protein food that you have been feeding, it's a great time of year now to start switching over, changing the koi's food and putting them on something that they can digest a lot easier, because the colder temperatures, the fish will certainly struggle to digest the food. Good little tips really, just to take those pumps out of the pond, give them a good clean, because you'll be surprised if you've got a pump which is like submerged in a case or a cage. It's a brilliant time of year now, before the water gets too cold, is to either get in your pond or take that out. You're going to get your hands dirty, you're going to stir up a lot of muck, but winter's a long time. So for when that bacteria sets in, it's a long time in the winter where you know, you won't be focused as much on your pond itself. You won't be coming out in the garden as much to keep an eye on your fish. So it's a good time of year now. Anywhere that you can get sediment built up, or any poo or any muck built up, it's a good time of year now to clean it all off, get it all clean as you can, because winter, when it sets in, it's a long old time. Basically what I'm going to be doing today, give everything a bit of a clean. I wanted to run through a few things about the filter floss as well, just to show you, you know, I use filter floss in some of my filters, and I've had a couple people ask, and filter floss is brilliant if you use it correctly. But the problem with filter floss is that if you don't take it out every day or every other day, what you've got to imagine is that that filter floss is stopping all the muck from going into your pond, and the water looks clean. But what I'm trying to say is that whatever's in that filter floss is still in your water. So like, water's being polluted by obviously all the fish waste, all the fish poo, and the water looks clean, but the water's polluted. So you've got to remember to take your filter floss out and clean it as often as you can if you use filter floss. But that being said, that's a whole nother story altogether. So I've got to do a water change today. I've got to do some cleaning out the skimmer, cleaning out the top of the shower box. And like I said, I'm going to get the chest waders on, get in the pond, take the pumps out, dismantle them, where your propeller is, take everything out, give everything a clean. And mine ain't caged, but you'll definitely see that if you have got that problem, stick around for this video and see what I get up to, and we'll go from there. Happy days. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Remember to smash that like on this video. And what I was thinking on this one is, if everyone can smash that like on this video for me, I want to see if I can get the most likes I've ever got. I don't know why, I just recently been getting a few dislikes. I think I've built up a few haters that don't like me. Doesn't bother me whatsoever. I'm just more worried about the fact of, I think it's always good when I see the likes always overpower the dislikes. So If you don't normally smash the like for me, it'd be very much appreciated if you can just hit that button, hit the thumbs up, and I'll be absolutely over the moon about that. A free giveaway to do in this video as well. I've got some, it's an absolute cracking free giveaway as well, so make sure you stick around for this one. Yeah, as always, just stick around for the video because I'm going to be, well, there's loads of stuff going on. So I've got some stuff to show you what I've got turned up from Mountain Tree as well, so massive thank you there. Didn't expect anything to turn up, but I got a massive order turn up, so happy days on that one. And you know, one of them situations where this video is well worth your time, so happy days. Right then guys, so basically just wanted to talk to you to start with about filter floss, because a lot of people's been asking me, and one of the main things I want to talk about with filter floss is that filter floss is brilliant if you use it correctly. And when I say that, what you've got to remember, filter floss takes out all of the fines, all of your fish poo, and it makes your water crystal clear. But what you've got to remember is that you can't leave that filter floss in your pond for long periods of time, because what you've got to think to yourself is that that filter floss is like what I'm going to do now. It's caught in the last 24 hours, it's took out all of the fish waste, but it's still in the pond. So in theory, what's happening is that the water is still being polluted by the fish poo because it's still in the pond. So unless you take that out on a regular basis, your water might look clean, but it won't be healthy. So what I recommend is that anywhere that you use filter floss, to take it out and clean it as often as possible. The more you clean it, not just how clean your water is, but the more you clean it, the more healthier that your water is. So I've got to crack on and do the skimmer now. And I do this skimmer every single day, and it takes me very little time to do it. I sometimes replace that, chuck it in the bin, but at the moment I'm running a little bit low on it. I've got to do another order next week. You can buy filter floss anywhere off the internet. I don't specifically use just one company, I do play around. There's a few out there, Finest Filters and places like that where you can get it from. But you can clean your filter floss. The more often you clean it, the better it is. Because all that fish poo and all that waste, it's like, what you've got to try to remember in yourself is that if it's, you took it out of the water so the water looks clean, but it's still in the water because you haven't took it out of the pond. So the more often that you clean it, the more of it that you get out, the less it's being polluted, if you get me drift. So I thought I'd just add that in there. But yeah, this is the first job of the day. I've got to do a water change today. I'll drop the Epic filter, give that there a bit of a clean out, and then once I've done all of that, I'll be back with you guys. I just wanted to get this bit in there about the filter floss real quickly, because loads of people asked, and I thought it'd be a little tip for you all. But I've got to get the chest waders on today. I can certainly tell the water temperature's dropped a hell of a lot just by how cold my hands are today. But there's that all cleaned out. I do that twice. I normally tip that to my plants, but for the purpose of that video, I just wanted to show you, do it twice. Give it a bit of a clean off, clean out the shower, and I'll be back with you in a bit. Yeah, it's also time for me to clean out my shower filter as well. Same again, I do this on a regular basis, as often as I can. Whenever I'm home, I clean it out. First job I do, turn the pump off, take the lid off. A lot of you seen me do this before, but I just wanted to show you that I carry on, and I still do this. The first bit, what I put in is my sieve. And the water that I used to clean my filter floss on the second time, I haven't chucked that away, I've kept that. And I give everything a bit of a dip clean, like I've said before in a few of my videos. But the main reason why I wanted to make this video was just to show you, or this part of the video should I say, just to show you that the reasons why you need to take it out and why you need to clean it as often as possible. Because even though the water's clean, that water, like now, the water's clean, but it's dirty up there. So basically that water's getting, every time it's passing back through, it's collecting more muck, but it's still polluting the water, if you get me drift. That's what I'm trying to get at. Just to advise people that This filter floss, you can leave it for a while, but this is just, you can see where the water hits this, certain areas, and it's completely caked. I would normally just chuck this top piece away, clean the bottom piece, and then we go again. But I'm running a bit low. I was expecting a delivery to turn up today, but I can't just leave this in there for another day without cleaning it, because all of this fish poo is just polluting the pond. It doesn't smell, but you imagine it just constantly running through. So it's just polluting the water constantly, over and over again. It's like us going to the toilet or the bathroom and never flushing the toilet. If you don't flush the toilet and get rid of it, it's just in there and it's just going to build up and build up. And that's what this does unless you clean it. And the water's definitely getting colder because I can feel it on my hands. So let me crack on, get this job done, and I'll be back with you in a bit. Hello there! So now, it's a good time for me just to clean out the Epic filter. I only clean this filter once a week. I drain down half of the water, and then I run over and turn the pump off. So after I turn the pump off, my two mechanical filters, which is my jack matting, I'll pop them there, give that one a good old mix up. And what I've been doing recently is using the water inside of the filter itself and basically just using that as a pre-clean, getting my hands in there, mixing it up a bit. The reason why I started doing it like this, because I thought to myself, well, I'm flushing all this water to waste anyway, so I'm just as well give it a bit of a clean at the same time. So the first one, I just flush all of that out now, all of that dirty water, straight down the drain. And now what I'll go and do, I turn the pump back on, let it pre-fill up, roughly around 2 or 3 inches in the bottom, just so I can clean off the top of the bits and pieces of the filtration system that I've got there as well. And that gives me enough water in there then just to give these a bit of a clean. Because this whole filter, the whole filter now pretty much uses just mechanical. Obviously there's some biological to it, but as it is, I'm basically using it as purely mechanical because it just seems to be working, making the pond a bit better. Then flush all that to waste. Make sure any of the bacteria that might be built up inside of the filter all gets took out to waste. I don't bang them all off every single week. Pop that one back in there. Go and turn the pump back on. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So, I nearly cracked my head open on that then. Every time I do a water change or a filter clean, once a week, I always add just a few, not very many, just a few bacteria balls to each filter, just to help boost them up after you've cleaned out. Because when you do clean out any filter, I always find you're washing out all the dirty muck, but at the same time you wash out a bit of good bacteria. So if you could just kick start it off with a few little pond balls or a bit of aqua gel or something like that, just helps things just start straight back up again and keeps everything singing and dancing, as I say. So I always add these to the K1 moving bed once a week. Literally, there's probably no more than 20 balls I expect there, not even that. And just chuck them straight in there now, and be back with you in a bit. Right then, so back again real quickly on this one. So I've just had an order turn up, so I thought I'd just run through what it is and what I do. A lot of you know that I suffer with KH out of the tap. My KH out of my tap water that is very, very low. When I take a test, a reading out of my tap water, I get 0 KH out of the tap, which is no good for a koi pond or for the koi as an environment to keep your water healthy. So I get my test kit out every single week, and then I just give it a test to see where I'm at, because obviously like now I've just cleaned the filters, I've took some dirty water out, and now I'm topping back up with some clean water. So what happens is I keep my KH roughly around 3 to 4 drops. I like keeping it the same, because the key with any koi pond is keeping things exactly the same week in, week out. So I like to keep mine around 4 drops, but what will happen, roughly keep my pond at 70 ppm, something around those lines on the test kit. And basically what happens is when I take my dirty water out and then I top up with the clean water, running through a 3-stage dechlorinator, running through a big blue, well, I'm putting some fresh water into the pond, but that fresh water, the KH is super low. So what happens, say I'm running my pond at 4 drops like I like to keep it at. So say I just took out 10% of the water like I have. Well, that 10% of water that I put in will lower my KH in the pond, and it'll bring it back to 3 drops or even 2 drops. And over a period of a month, I can end up losing all of my KH out of the pond if I don't add a product like I'm going to show you now. So what I'm going to do real quickly is just show you what I do every single week, because it takes 2 seconds to do. I use one of the kids' cowpole things which has been cleaned, and it's just really just so I take the water straight out of the pond, chuck it in my test tube, and then do my KH test. I'm hoping it's roughly around 3 to 4 drops. Well, not roughly, it should be 4 drops. I like keeping it the same every week. So the first drop goes in, that turns the water blue. So then you count the drops after that. So 1 drop, water's still blue. We're looking for this water to turn yellow. 2 drops, still nice and blue. 3 drops, and I've just changed yellow now. So that tells me that my pond is slightly under what I like to keep it at. So this is what I was getting at with the purpose of this video, was to show you what I do and what I use to combat that. So I use a product called sodium bicarbonate or sodium bicarbonate, whichever way you want to look at it, but this is a food grade. So you've got to use a food grade, and you've got to put the same amount in every single week. Whenever you put it into your pond, you don't want to, like, ideally by these test kits, it tells me on this test kit that I need to run the pond at 8 drops, 142 ppm, which I don't run my pond that high. I like to keep it at, like I said, roughly around 70 ppm, and I like to keep that week in, week out. And the way I get around that is that I use, obviously I'm topping in fresh water now, which has lowered my KH, but I know now I need to add 2 tablespoons of sodium bicarbonate to my pond to bring up the KH, that extra drop, so then the pond is sitting at 70 ppm, which is 4 drops on the test kit. As soon as I've added this to the pond, an hour after adding it to the pond, I'll test the test kit again, and if I'm not at 4 drops, I'll add a little bit more, but I won't add in too much at the first go, because I like to see where I'm at, and then I know I'm good for the next week until I flush out all of that dirty water again from the filter. So little tip there, that's what I do, and I thought I'd just show you what I do. Right then, so I've got my bicarbonate soda here, or bicarb, whichever you want to call it as such. All I do, I just mix up 2 teaspoons, mix it up into pond water, and this is something that I only do once a week. I run it through an airline, just so I don't pour it into the pond all at once, just so it goes in slowly. Just siphon this off like this, get the drawer going. As soon as that starts running, all I do is just tie a little knot into the end of the airline. And then that slowly pours in now for the next 20 minutes. put a rock there and I'll show you exactly what it looks like. Because it just basically, it just goes into the pond slow and keeps everything singing and dancing. So as you can see here, it's just siphoning in very, very slow. And I just find it just helps. It don't shock the koi when it all goes in, because higher in your KH will also make your pH fluctuate. So if you put it in slow and steady as your water's trickling in, as you can see mine underneath there, just trickling in very slowly, well, the KH is trickling in slowly as well. So the reason I do it like that, it just works for me, and that's the way I do it. So I thought I'd just show you, because people's asked a few times, and that's how it goes. Right then, so I got something new to show you. So basically I've got a massive, massive box here, sent from Mountain Tree themselves. Bit keen to see what's inside of it. I have opened it up real quickly, took some bits out, but stick around for this bit because I just want to show you what it is. And a massive thank you to Mountain Tree for very kindly donating this, sending it out to me. And let me show you what's inside of the box. Right then, so what we got here then is something a little bit special, to be fair. Massive, massive thank you to Mountain Tree for sending all this out to me. I didn't pay for this product. Well, I sort of did, but I sort of didn't. So basically, Mountain Tree, their base company is in China. The only place that you can get hold of any of these products in the UK at the moment is a company called Queenie Koi. That's their only outseller, I think, or retailer, whatever you want to call it. I'm not too sure on the inside and the outside of everything there, but the only place, as far as I'm aware, is Queenie Koi. It's available all over the world. They ship to Germany, Thailand. There's loads of different places where you can get hold of it. I did get collared on import tax to the UK. I didn't mind paying it because they sent all of the product to me anyway. That being said, I just wanted to run through, show you what it is and what the reasons are before having some of it. As a lot of you know, I recently got myself some of these 2 boxes of the bacteria housing, which you've seen I've got in my shower filter. I needed a few more just to finish off the top layer of the shower filter. So they very kindly sent me out another box. They seen my videos, seen that I'm using the product, and they, you know, wanted to help me out and, you know, show you so I can test a little bit better and show you what other products that they do and I'm proper keen on using. A lot of you know I've got all my tanks that I keep as well, and they very kindly sent me out some other bits that they do to put inside of my filter systems in my tanks. You know, your nitro rings in a smaller version, even smaller version. So anyone that keeps any, you know, fish tanks or anything like that, there's loads of different types of media that they do actually sell. And I was proper made up with it, to be fair, because I'm going to test it all out, because I'm going to put bits in all of my filters through my tanks. But this was the main thing that I was interested in. A lot of you know that I'm planning to, with the Epic filter, sorry, there that I've got, I purely only want to use that as mechanical only. And at the moment, it's got air pumping into it. Well, I'm going to stop the air being pumped into that to stop the muck being stirred around. I purely want to use that as mechanical only, for the pure fact of I've got a load of bacteria housing in there, which this stuff is doing an absolute tremendous job. My water quality since I've added that has been better, and it's not even fully matured yet. I've also got that loaded up into the shower as well, and the water quality has just got better and better each day has gone on, or each week has gone on since it's been added to there. Purely mechanically now is what I'm focusing on. And what my plans are is literally to stop the air going in there, so it's a slower flow going through. But because it's got the air, like anyone with an Easy Pod or a Nexus, where you boil up your filter to boil it all up, to erupt everything, and then I can flush this filter to waste. So that's the reason why I'm going to be adding the air into that filter. But if you check out this stuff over here, I was proper amazed by it, to be fair. Sunlight's being a bit funny coming in. So a lot of people in the UK use like Jack matting, or a product like Jack matting, or a sponge of some sort. Well, Jack matting's pretty good. I can't say it's not very good. But this stuff I think is even better. So when you look at this up close, I'll just see if I can get a real good close texture for you with that sunlight coming in. You might be able to see it a little bit better there. But as you can see, it's the same sort of effect of Jack matting, but there's loads of little, it looks like jellified. Anyone's a carp fisherman that used to use like bait stops on the end of your hair rigs, very, very similar to that sort of texture, that sort of design. And it's very firm as well. If you know what I mean, if you was to push jack matting, I'm putting a lot of weight onto that and I'm not getting any movement out of it. So for cleaning purposes, it will stay firm, but it's also highly surface area on that is a lot more than what jack matting is. So what my plans are, they very kindly cut these to the exact size that I needed. And what the plans are is to line these up through the Epic filter from the very start of the filter, where the brush box is, from the brush box back all the way up through the filter itself, and pretty much put these pieces in there for the pure fact of catching more mechanical, because it does say on the actual labels itself, or somewhere on the paperwork that I read, that they're meant for biological and mechanical. So they will do the both jobs, but my main reason is to use it as mechanical. But if you can imagine, if I just put these up here a minute, I've got the perfect amount of what I need to go from one end of the filter to the other. But if you can imagine that my water now, before it goes back to the other filters that I've got, will have to pass through the top of that, and it will have to go through that one, 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 all the way down through. With that filter being horizontal flow, I should get an even spread going all the way through all of that before it hits into my K1 moving bed system at the back, and then my new Epic 2.0 filter that I made myself there as well. So all of that mechanical, this one here biological, the K1 biological, and I just think it's going to be something to play around with, something to have a go at and see how I get on. But I'm just well made up with that. Like I said, massive thank you to Mountain Tree for sending out all of these bits for me to try out and play around with. I'm not sure if any of this is available yet in the UK. It will be shortly, but every single piece got its own barcode number on it again, which is a fantastic idea from Mountain Tree, to be fair. But it, you know, for me to try something out and see how I get on with it, I'm just well made up with it, because I've seen the jack matting before and I use the jack matting and it's pretty good. But for me, looking at this as a product, this looks even better, 10 times better. And I just like the idea of all of those jellified sort of rings to it. I mean, it's not, it's hard, it's really dense, to be fair. That's an end piece there, that squashes a bit, but this piece here, that is proper dense. I think it's going to be outstanding, and I just like to play around with it and see how I get on. I'm going to get the rest of them in the shower filter at a later date. I'm going to get that in the Epic filter at a later date, and all of these biological homes for my beneficial bacteria, I'm literally going to put some in in my boys tank, I'm going to put some in my goldfish tank, and I play around with whatever I've got left. If I've got any of these nitrile rings left, I'm going to put them in the filter somewhere and just see how we get on with it. I might even make a new filter for something else, but I'm just playing around with seeing what I've got and seeing what we can come up with. But I'm super happy about that. So let me finish up there. I'll pack all this back away because I haven't got time to fit all this today. I'll do that at a later video, but I thought I'd just show you what I got. And yeah, my filter floss is turned up as well, so I've got to make sure I cut all of that. One real quick thing, I haven't got it on there at the moment, but a lot of people ask me what I use for a microphone, and I literally just use one of these off of eBay and just plug my phone straight on into it. If the sound's not very good at the moment, guys, it's because I've unplugged it and I forgot to plug it back in. But I've got to get all that cut in a minute, pack all this away, and then I'm going to move on and show you something a little bit special, which I've been sent over here, and we're going to set up some free giveaways. So stick around for the video and I'll show you what I got in here and all of that. Right then, guys, so I've got something super special here. I think it's absolutely fantastic. So my good friend Rojo at ILIKOIART, absolute cracking bloke. We become brilliant friends, to be fair. We're always texting away, and after he saw my last video, he very kindly sent me out a load more products that he makes. And I just wanted to share it with you guys. He sent it to me as a gift, as a present, and I'm super made up with it. And I just wanted to show you, like, a set like this, absolutely stunning, to be fair. Comes in a quality box. You imagine getting something like that for Christmas. You know, if your wife bought you or your missus bought you something like that for Christmas, I know I would be absolutely made up to have something like that, because it's something that you can't just walk out and get every day of the week. So it's something a little bit special, I say. And, you know, look at this Kajaku here. That looks absolutely fantastic. So that there was a set, as I imagine, and I think that all of the smaller models there, the 10 centimetre models, they're a set as well. But they're all made out of China. Absolutely quality, handmade, hand painted, and they look stunning, to be fair. Absolutely perfect. Super happy about that. But what I was going to do, look, because I have got a couple of double ones, because I've bought some before, like I bought some single ones. What I was going to do is put a couple together, add some extra bits to it as well, and I'm planning to do a free giveaway in a minute, but I'll explain all of that in a second. But what I just wanted to do is give a massive shout out to ILIKOIART, Rojo, and basically in my comment section I'm going to leave a link to his Esther page, just to show you what other products that he's got available. And he can ship to the UK, he can ship to anywhere in the world, and he's a cracking bloke. And every single one of his items that I've had has been top quality and have been well made up. You have to find out if you have to, living in different countries, if you have to maybe possibly pay any import tax. I haven't had to pay anything on this, as it was sent to me as a gift, and that's why I'm showing you on the channel, because it was sent to me as a gift from a friend, and I just thought I'd give you a shout out to his company, just to show you that anyone's interested in this. I'll leave the link in my comment section, not in the description of the video, in the comments in the video, and then you can go check it out. Highly recommend go check it out. With that being said, let me put together a free giveaway and I'll be back with you in a bit. But just take a real good quick look at the detail on these tiny little koi that I've got here. When I say tiny, they're not so tiny. I mean, look at the kawaku there. That there looks absolutely stunning. And then you got the shuro, you got the tancho over there. You know, I think anyone is mad about koi as that I am. You imagine that being laid out in your koi shed or in your filter house, or, you know, somewhere like that. You could set up a nice little display. Like I said, I'm not sure about how much it costs. Flip over to his page, contact Rojo, and then find out all the information that you want, because I don't get paid anything for promoting the product. He very kindly just sent all this out to me, and I thought I'd just share it with you guys, let you know what it is, and I think it's fantastic, to be fair. So that being said, let's crack on with the video, and I'll show you the free giveaway, what you got to do, and what's up for grabs. Right then, ladies and gents, so I've put together a little bit of a free giveaway for you all. And it's pretty much just to say thank you to everyone who's watching the videos and liking the videos for me. So basically what we got for grabs here is we got one of me koi mugs, which is James the Koi Whisperer. We got one of me key rings, James the Koi Whisperer key rings. We got 3 of the little China koi figures. Absolutely quality they are. We got a product guide, NT Labs. We've got an NT Labs t-shirt, size large, and we've also got an NT Labs permanganate koi treatment for obviously parasites and things like that. So it's a little giveaway. This competition's open to anyone across the whole world. Anyone can enter this competition. I'll fit the postage, the price for that. All you got to do is, as long as you're a member of my Facebook group, or you can come over, if you win, you can come over and like it, just to chat to me on Facebook if you do win, that I know that you're the genuine winner who entered the competition, not just someone random who sends me an email. So that's all I asked. And if you're not on Facebook, work out a way of getting on Facebook if you win. But the question of this giveaway is, what did I name my newest koi? So the newest koi that I bought, a Sankey, in my last video that I've just uploaded. I'll leave a link above this video up here somewhere, wherever it's to, so you can go back and check, because I wouldn't just go down into the comment section and copy what other people's written. Make sure you know the exact name of what I've called the new fish. All you got to do then is like the video for me. If you're subscribed to the channel, thank you very much. You don't have to be subscribed, but if you are, I appreciate that. And then write a comment in the YouTube video underneath this video in the comment section of the name of the new fish, obviously. When does the competition start? So the competition starts as soon as this video is live now, as you're seeing it. And the competition will end on the 29th, which is a Friday. Not a Friday, the wife's saying no, it's not a Friday, it's a Thursday. Are you sure? The 29th of October, which is a Thursday. And what I'll do, I'll end the competition then. I'll put all the names into a random generator. Whoever gets the name right of what I've called the new fish, and then on the Friday I'll go live on YouTube, and you have to be live on YouTube at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. on Friday, which is the 30th. You have to be live if you've won this competition, just so I know that. Last time people said it was a fix when I done a free giveaway, and it certainly was not a fix. The person sent me the email and I sent it off. But that being said, this time you have to be live. If you're not live at that time at 7 o'clock, when I do the draw, then you will not win. The next person, I'll redraw it again, and then we'll win. The wife's going, no, no. Why are you saying no, love? Come on.
You can't do it like that.
Why?
Because not everyone, people might be at work.
If you're at work, tough. But no, that's what I'm going to do. So basically, if you're live, when I do the video draw live, it will help me out. If you're not on there live, then I'll just have to wait and redo it live if you don't get hold of me within a week or so. But as long as that's pretty clear enough to say that you have to be enter the competition now, you've got until the 29th, which is a Thursday, and I'll draw the video live on the 30th on a Friday. If no one gets in contact with me after a week, don't know why the wife's laughing at me. It's because I'm doing all of this stuff, like I'm bouncing around like a frog or something. I don't know. But that being said, I ain't cutting nothing out of this video because I've had a laugh. And well, good luck and name that fish. Happy days. So yeah, the fish in question, anybody that doesn't know, this was the new koi that I got. I just spooked in then. It is a male breeder. This one down here, right there. So the breeder Monumentaro is 72 centimeters in length. It's a Sankey, and I said in my last video the name of this fish. So you can flip back on my last video and find out the name of that koi. But everyone else doing really well in the pond at the moment. Water temperature has dropped down a hell of a lot. Water temperatures at the moment are sitting at 12 degrees, which is hell of a difference compared to last week when we was up at 18. I have switched them onto the wheat germ at the moment. Just feeding very, very slowly. Not been feeding much at all, to be fair. Purely the fact of the big temperature change. Massive shock to their system. They've been alright today. Temperatures come back up to around 14 today. But soon as the evening comes, we're getting cold evenings here in the UK, and the temperatures are just dropping, and the pond temperatures just cannot hold it in there at the moment. So it's getting close for me to be putting those heaters back on in the pond. Very, very close for me to think of that decision of get the heaters back on. I do only run 2 pond de-icers, but I do find that it just keeps the pond stable. So if the temperature during the day is at 14 and then it drops down in the night without the heaters on, you can have massive changes. Well, when I run those pond heaters, I seem to keep the heat stable as such. So if it's at 14 during the day, it might drop down by the next morning 13 and a half or 13. It won't be massive changes to what it would be with not running them at all. But I don't want to be running them yet, to be fair. I don't like starting the heaters too early, because when I put them on, it's expensive on the electricity bill, and it's a long old time for them to be on. So if the fish are happy at the moment, I'm going to keep them as they are. Just keep an eye, slow down the feed, and we'll go from there. You can see, you're probably wondering why I got 2 air stones over there. Well, I keep each time I go over to the pond or in the pond, I'm supposed to take them out because I changed the, basically they used to be in the K1 there, they were last week. I changed them over and put the flat stones in, and I put them there when I was doing it, and I forgot. And like today I got in the pond to do the pumps. I didn't film all that, guys, sorry about that, the dismantle of it. Purely the fact my old man popped round and I just got on with the job, and I forgot I didn't even press record on the camera, so I was a bit gutted about that after I did it, because I did demonstrate it but I just didn't hit the record button. But just as a tip, get inside your pond, take out your pumps, take out anything inside of your pond, give it a bit of a clean, make sure you get rid of all that bad bacteria or build up, because in a minute when the water starts getting cold, us as humans won't want to get in there, you won't want to get dirty, you won't want to get cold hands, but the poor koi, they got to live in there all year until spring comes back round again. So just a little tip there. Happy days. So yeah, guys, coming up to the end of the video now. Hope you've enjoyed the video again. Hope you can remember to like the video for me. Just smash that thumbs up on the video. Be very much appreciated. Even if you don't want to enter the competition, just smash it. I want to say a good luck to everyone that might enter the competition. Good luck to everyone that does enter the competition. And as always, happy ponding. And I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you, mother, for the rabbits. And by the way, real quickly, just click one of these videos and just watch one of my other videos. There's one up there, there's one down there, there's one down there, and subscribe up here if you're not subscribed. Thank you very much. Catch you on the next one.